Or that's gym number 4, not gym number 1. That's gym number 1 for this session. Man, geez, already we're not even, we're like 17 minutes in and we've already finished one gym. Well then. Yeah, so I understand that this is probably like not that very entertaining as per like, hey, like you did red, blue, and yellow like fairly, and then now you're just going with legendaries. It's because like I've beaten like these games way too much in my childhood, and so it's like one of those things where it's like, oh, I don't want to spend like any more time than I need to kind of just do this. I've been overseas, so I know about all sorts of Pokemon. You do? That's cool. What Pokemon do you know? Anyway, so yeah, so it's like one of those things where like if you keep repeating it, you don't want to keep doing it over and over and over again. Even though there are some games that I have played before that I don't mind doing that. But that's only like a very few games. Your skill is world class. Yay. Oh, great. How are you? I found a useful item shopping, so I bought with your money, sorry. It's in your PC, you'll like it. Okay. Actually, I might just do 6 videos today, as unfortunate as that is, because I gotta go do something else, so yeah. Anyway, are you good at training? Yeah, I guess if you are, could you show me how? Okay. Get a legendary. That's pretty much how I do it. Last Donna, okay. Flaffy, okay. It's not too bad. Could Aeroblast? Because it's going to survive a gust no matter what. And Aeroblast is definitely not going to survive. Just too much. Too much for a little Flaffy to take care of. Look at that. Perfect. Told you. It's not going to survive. Psyduck. I'm trying to remember if that line is actually very like a bulky in their own way. Like it may, well actually we are a legendary, so it might not actually survive. There we go, perfect, yay! So yeah, so another reason why I wanted like kind of just get these done and over with is because like the main series Pokemon games, you probably have already seen. A lot of other people have already finished like their playthrough and you've already watched it. Let me try something I learned today. Cool, okay. So like I know there's probably like some other people on YouTube that probably have already like, you know, played through Pokemon Gold or Pokemon Silver or Pokemon Crystal or something along those lines. Like I'm not trying to say like, oh my playthrough is the best because I'm using a legendary right off the bat or anything like that. Or even if I were to go with, like, the weakest Pokemon in the entire game, and I beat the entire game with it, I'm not saying, like, I'm the best Pokemon player or whatever. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just trying to, like, just say, like, hey, you know what? I have Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal done on the channel in my way. And so that way, though, like, if anybody goes, like, oh, yeah, have you done it, like, you know, Gen 2 games? And I go, yeah, I have. I have done them. I may not have done them like as what normal people would have done them, but hey, it's fine. Hi, aren't you a cute trainer? Okay, I see your Pokemon. Sure. Yeah, like I have, like I did Red, Blue, and Yellow. Even though I could have just done like the remakes, same thing with like these games. I could just do Heart Gold, Soul Silver instead of these, and you get the same level of like content. You're just getting like a newer graphics. Like that's all you're getting. But I like the originals, because the originals, you know, they look really good for, you know, just like an older kind of game. Now, could have gotten like a different version, like if there was like a more of a, like a ROM hack kind of thing of like Gold, so though like it still has Gold, but it's got like, you know, Gen 3 Pokemon in there or something like that. I could have. But I decided against that because, again, I wanted the originals. I want, like, the original Pokemon Gold, the original Pokemon Silver, the original Pokemon Crystal. Like, that kind of thing. Like, I like playing those games because then I know that I'm getting like that nostalgia feeling. It's like, oh yeah, I've been stuck at this gym for the longest time when I was a kid because I didn't know where to go. Like, you're not gonna get that from playing like a ROM hack. Let me see. Yeah, like I think I said last session, like before, when I beat Whitney for the first time as when I first got, I think it was Crystal. Yeah, I think it was Pokemon Crystal. I got stuck after beating Whitney because I didn't know where to go. Because the game doesn't tell you, hey, you should get the squirt bottle so you could go get that Pseudo-Wudo. It never told me that. So meanwhile, I'm like, you know, lying down on my lying down on my bed, just playing on the Game Boy, and just like, you know, just running around in the route, just like beating everything up with, I think it was Bayleaf at the time, because I picked Chikorita. Because I thought Chikorita was the cutest, and so I liked it. And so I picked Chikorita, had a rough time at the beginning gym, and then I think the bug gym I also had a little bit of a rough time. But then, like, by the time, like, I was done Whitney and all that stuff, and then even before, like, the 4th gym, I would have had, like, a level 30-something Meganium. Because that's all I was, because I didn't know what to do, so I just kept playing Pokemon Crystal and just kept leveling up Chikorita into Bayleaf, and then from Bayleaf it went to Meganium, and then like I had a level 30 something on Meganium, and I think I had like other Pokemon too, but the only thing that I remember is that Meganium. It was just like so overpowered. It's like I'm just one-shotting Pokemon left and right, and I'm like, I'm bored. And then I can't remember exactly what happened to it. I think I lost it. Either I lost it, or like when I went to school at some point, somebody said like, oh yeah, I can finish it for you, and then or I can get past that one area for you. Like, instead of telling me how to get past it, he's like, oh yeah, I'll do it for you, and then he like never gave me back the cartridge again. One of the two happened, but I think that was a different game though. Yeah, because I think I know I definitely lost a lot of like Pokemon games during my entire childhood because I am very forgetful. I have lost my Pokemon Leaf Green, which had my very first level 100 Charizard, I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think it was my level 100 Charizard. And then I think I had I also had a Pokemon Root, I don't remember what happened to Leaf Green. I don't remember like how I lost it. I think I put it into my school locker, and then the next time I went in there, it was gone. I don't know how. My locker was closed and locked, but for some reason I was missing a game. But it was okay. I had like my Pokemon Diamond around that time, so it was okay. Then the next one I think I lost was Pokemon Ruby, I think. And this one was one that I bought from, I think it was like I got it at EB Games. It was one of those like it was already used kind of thing. So I kept that. So I kept playing on that save that was already there, and it had like a level 60 or 70 Salamence, I think. And so I was like, oh, this is a pretty cool Pokemon. Wow. I never knew that there was this Pokemon in this game, so I just kept beating like the Elite Four with it over and over again, and it became my like second Pokemon that became level 100. So I had a level 100 like Charizard being like the very first Pokemon that I got as level 100, and then the second one was a Salamence. Like it was incredible. I don't remember what the move pool was. I don't remember. I know it had like Dragon Claw because that was like the only good dragon move that was in the Gen 3 games. And then that one got lost because I think it got lost in the snowbank, because apparently it fell out of my pocket somehow and landed in the snow, and I couldn't find it ever again, so I lost it. I don't know, some lucky kid will find it and go, hey, there's Pokemon Ruby here, and then we'll never be able to play it because it's probably damaged beyond belief by all the snow. And I found a Tauros. Cool. I think there's an item here, and that's kind of what I want to look for. There's either an item or there's like a trainer in here. Nope. This isn't the grass I thought it was. Alright. So, we're going to go over here, which is the next town. Oh. You again. There's no need to panic. I don't bother with wimps like you. You've lost every time. Speaking of weaklings, you're speaking of yourself. The city's gym leader isn't here. Supposedly taking care of a sick Pokemon at the Lighthouse. Boo-hoo, just let sick Pokemon go. That's not nice. A Pokemon can't battle is worthless. That's not nice. Why don't you go train at the Lighthouse? Who knows, it may make you a bit less weak. I've beaten you the entire time! I know I'm using a legendary, but geez, man. It's not very nice. Hey, you're weak. Haven't I beaten you already? It's like, be quiet. Be quiet, you're still weak. And plus, didn't we start at the same time? Relatively the same time, so technically we should be equal. If not, one of us should be, like, slightly higher. That would be me. I'm slightly higher than you are on the Pokemon being stronger than the other trainer thing. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, so... It's not easy to climb this. Oh, I'll be able to climb it. Don't worry. I have a level 30-something Lugia. He'll definitely be able to take down everyone. Meanwhile, all the trainers have level 30 Pokemon. It's like, okay, never mind. There's no place for playing. Okay. Then what was the other games that I lost to? It's Pokemon Diamond. I can't remember how I lost my Diamond. Oh my god, I can't remember how I lost my Diamond. It's been so long. Even though I lost Diamond newer than like my Ruby and my Leaf Green and stuff like that, I can't remember it. Wow. And that had my that had like my Staraptor too in it. I don't remember how I lost the game cartridge, but yeah, I did. Oh, that's so sad. Then what was what? Okay, so, and I think I never lost another Pokemon game for a while. Yeah, I don't think I've ever lost a Pokemon game for a while. And a 0 always spoiling for a good fight. Sure, they always are. Like, what was it? It was, I think this was in high school then. Nope, sorry, middle school. It was before high school. But it was like close to it. I think it was like, yeah, it was like very close to it. I had a sweater that had like, I don't know how to word it. It had like 4 pockets kind of thing. It's like, I don't know how to word it. It had like, for like a button pockets on it. Like it kind of looked like you could like hold like a bunch of like different things in there, kind of thing. I'm trying to think of like something that makes sense that could kind of go like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, kind of thing. But I can't think of anything like that. And I know that one of them had all my DS games in there, and I think I had my Soul Silver and I think my Pokemon Pearl in there. And it was a class that like, I think it was like drama or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, so like I had to take off my sweater because obviously we were doing a lot of like exercise kind of thing, so I had to take it off because obviously wearing a sweater is not really a good idea for that because you're going to be sweating more. So I decided to take off the sweater, and I think when it was time for the class to end kind of thing, like everybody brought their stuff out and I brought my stuff out, but I forgot about the sweater. And then I think later on in the day, I think I went back to go and grab it because I told the teacher that I left it there, and so I tried to go get it. It's not there. So then the next day when I arrive at the school, I go to Lost and Found. It's not there. So I lost everything then. So I'm very terrible with games now. At the physical things. Trust me, that's why I don't... That's why for, like, my Nintendo Switch, I particularly don't even get the physical copies anymore. I think there's only, like, 3 games... Or no, when I first got my Switch, I originally got the physical cartridges because I didn't want to get any of the... what's it called? I got the physical cartridges because I didn't know how the digital one worked, and plus I didn't have a micro SD card for it. So I decided to go, you know what, I'm gonna go stick with what I know, and that's get the physical cartridges, because I didn't know if there was a difference between getting a physical cartridge and a micro SD card, like a digital version. So I decided to go for the physical ones, and then I found out that depending on how good your micro SD card is, it's about on par with the cartridge. So I was like, oh, okay, so I guess I'll just go get a micro SD. So I got I think the first one was a 128, I think, because it was on sale, and that it was the first one that I saw that had like the read and write. I think that was like appropriate for a Nintendo Switch. I think at the time, I don't know if the OLED one is different.